Hello there, and thank you very much for coming out and joining me today, and I hope you're all keeping really well. The purpose of today's video is, recently I was given a 24-hour patrol type rucksack, a Miltech one, and what I want to do since getting that is replicate in a lot of my kit, keep it in there and have just a bit of a grab and go bag, maybe keep it in the car or what have you, just something I can grab and go off to the woods for a few hours without having to sort anything out. And one of the things I wanted to replicate was a little wood stove, a little twig stove, and I didn't want to go to the expense of buying a new Firebox stove with the cost of living, and these things have shot up in price and one thing and another. I wanted to buy something that was a little bit more affordable. And on social media, on YouTube, I've seen a lot of people buying one of these little folding Chinese folding twig stove things. The first thing I noticed on receiving the stove is it comes in this pretty handy bag. Look, it seems fairly robust, to be fair. I've heard good and bad reports about these stoves, heard that they can be really flimsy and what have you, but I paid £14 for this on eBay and that was delivered. This is an unbranded one. I have also seen that they come with from companies like Lixada and so on, but as I mentioned, this one's unbranded. And what I wanted to do is share with you how I've modified this and made it a little bit more robust. So what we'll do, we'll take it out the bag and we'll have a little look at the stove itself. And as we've seen many a time in other videos and on social media, that the stainless steel, and they come wrapped in this sort of blue plastic, and as you can see I've got most of it off, and I'm sure what we've got left here will burn off when we get the first burn in it. So first of all, we'll open it out, we'll take a look at some of the stuff inside. First of all, we have the two mesh grills. I believe that one's for the top and that one sits in so you can either burn your wood from it or sit your trangia as such like. And then you have the grill pan, not the grill pan, sorry, the ash pan or the ashtray, whatever you want to refer it to. And on this, I've trimmed it down. If you see, I've trimmed it down so it slots in at this bit here. So the way I've done this is it should slot in and hook over the side. Can you see that? By bending that over and interlocking it, that's gave it a little bit more structure. So what we'll do now, we'll set it down, we'll get the rest of the parts out of the bag, and I'll show you how else I've modified this stove. Now, as you can see, even with these in place, it's still a little bit flimsy. So what I've came up with is these bits of bar. It's same principle or similar principle to the Firebox stove, and what we do is just simply slot them in. You'll have to excuse my metal work, it is a little bit rustic. It was never my strong point at school, so that there makes it a lot more robust, as you can see. So we can go even one step further and we can slot these ones in at the top as well. Let's have a look. There we go. A little bit fiddly, but we got there. There we go. There's the stove, and as you can see, it's a lot more flimsy. As I mentioned, my metalwork is a little bit rustic. Well, if we set the kettle on there, we can see that that sits in there pretty well, and we can see we've got a nice airflow around the stove. So when we are burning and we've got the pot on, we're not going to suffocate the fire and make it burn inefficient. So what we'll do now, I'm going to get a little bit more firewood processed, we'll get this lit and we'll see how it works out. Right then, we've got some of these twisty wood wool firelighters, so we'll light one of those, pop it in the stove and get it lit, and we'll get this kettle on. There we go, get that in there. Pop another one in for good luck. On the bottom there. A few more sticks. let that burn, and then we'll get that kettle on, because I'm ready for a coffee now. Well, the stove seems to be burning really well. I've got the kettle on there for a boil, and now to prepare something to eat, and I've brought out some spam. I haven't had this for a while, and it's something I really enjoy. So we'll see if we can get that out the tin. Put the tin to one side, and we'll cut this into nice slices. Well, we've got steam coming out the spout, so I'd say we've got a boil, so we'll lift the kettle off, sit that to one side, and we'll get on with cooking this spam. Right then folks, as you could see, that stove, that modification, that stove seemed to work brilliantly. I've got myself a nice coffee, I've got myself a spam sandwich, and it seems to do the trick. I'm really impressed with it. As I mentioned earlier, my metalwork is really rustic, but the principle of this seems to work. I think if I used something like a Dremel tool and I had my glasses on, I could have done a better job. Easy saying that. Bad workman blames his tools. But I used an angle grinder. It was a little bit overkill, but as I mentioned, a Dremel tool will probably do this job much better. I'm going to sit back now and enjoy this sandwich, enjoy my coffee. Let's have a try of that. That's just perfect. Have a little nibble of this. Delicious. I'm going to end the video here. I hope you found this video informative and useful, and another outlook on this cheap stove. I'd like to thank you for watching. Much appreciated. If you're new around here, please hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell for upcoming videos, and check our other content. But yeah, thank you very much again. Bye for now, and as always, stay safe.